Live from Collider Studios in Burbank, California, where it is a crisp, cool 121 degrees. We are here for Inside Schmoedown. I am the pit boss, Cat Knapsack, and we have a lot to recap, a lot to look back for. The Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament is in the middle of some ferocious action. And since I was here last with Andrew Guy last week, my guest of Team Action, I guess I want to thank him. It was an interesting interview for sure. We've had some big matches, a lot of them even going on right now if you're watching on Collider Video, but you can watch right after this. Big wins for DC Movie News going back to last week. They took on 6 Degrees, and that was it was a knockout. It was a knockout, but I'll say this about 6 Degrees. I believe in them as a team. I believe what Jay Washington's trying to do. Sometimes it's a little bit loud what Jay's trying to do, but I believe in it. And no one's going to say Miss Movies and Stacey Howard do not, belong in this tournament. They just got a bad round. I was watching again this morning, and that fantasy sci-fi round they got in the wheels, it was some deep cuts. And that sometimes happens, and it should happen in the tournament. I believe the question should explode to a higher level in the tournament because we're here to determine some championship contenders. I just think it was a bad round for them, and I think the key 3-point steals from DC contributed to that knockout. So I still believe in the power of 6 Degrees and the power of Jay Washington, but I don't want to take anything away from DC Movie News. A knockout is tough. It does not happen a lot. TKOs might, but a knockout doesn't necessarily happen a lot here in the Schmoedown. So that was a big win there. Heroes versus Blofeld's Cat, and we saw a victory for Andraco and Burnett over the newly reformed, so to speak, Heroes, which was John Schnepp, who had basically kicked Burnett out of the team and brought in Hector Navarro, the Inner Geekdom champion. And Burnett has struggled as of late. There's no secrets there. He has struggled, but he found a winning partner here. We're going to see what Andraco and Burnett can do in the tournament going forward, and then top 10 versus real rejects. Now, here's the thing. A lot on paper, even the real rejects, I think, kind of felt they didn't belong there or they didn't have a chance. The final score was 26-25. Real rejects, once again, John and Greg, they're showmen. We have Greg kicking the top 10, little karate kick out there at the beginning. That was a great intro. And top 10 came in very low profile, kind of a new approach. Sometimes they suited up for the big matches. They kind of showed up, walked through that curtain, went right to work. And the rejects hung in there all the way to the final 3 questions of the game. Top 10 did that second roll and got biopics. And I think that wheel makes or breaks. And it is about what you know, but that wheel, it is a wheel of fate for sure. And biopics is a Roca strength. And he came out swinging there. The future of the rejects, the real rejects, I don't know, might be in question because of their amount of losses, but I still look at them, and it's a team that I think on any given day could strike a big victory. I think they both know their stuff. Maybe it's a confidence issue. Maybe they need they've been part of some factions. Maybe they need to reform a different faction with a different confident voice behind them, or maybe they do need to step aside as a team and find different partners, branch out. They work together. They're good friends, and they compete together. Maybe it's time for them to see what is on the other side of the hill, so to speak. And then the final big match. We all saw mouths dropped, brackets were busted, and that was the team of critically acclaimed upset by late to the party. The kids from Arizona made the trip on out. Big victory. They got a nice vlog on their YouTube channel, their trip out here to California, and critically acclaimed. I'm competing in the tournament. My first match is tomorrow with Rachel Cushing as we take on Above the Line, a team making the debut. And I'm confident. I go into every match confident, but I look critically acclaimed, and I was thinking that is going to be tough to beat on paper. Might be the team. The Beast and Whitney, they know each other so well. They have so much knowledge. I gotta say, I was like the rest of you. I was here watching, but I was shocked to see late to the party. Not that I doubted their abilities, but that was a David and Goliath situation for a lot of reasons. But it comes down to knowledge. comes down to what happens on that set, and that's what we saw there. We saw a perfect first round for Bibbs. We saw Critically Acclaimed come out swinging, and then that second round, a relatively new category, Festival Darlings, which is, I guess you have to go to Telluride. Then you get this round and you do good. And they whiffed. I was shocked as anyone that did not happen. So I hats off to Late to the Party. Hats off indeed. And we have this narrative going that we call them fans, and they are. Make no mistake, they're fans of the Schmoedown. They react to the Schmoedown, but their thought process has to be, we're going to shake that label. And the way you shake that label is big victories like this, and then moving on. And next they got Wolves of Steel. That's an update of what's been going on. For more detailed rundowns, always check out the Schmoedown rundown guys over on SK Podcast. Frank, Aaron, Brian will spend more time with you there, breaking down, giving you the pregame and the postgame stats and stories, as Vin Scully used to say. All right, let's bring up that updated bracket. Then I'll bring in my guest, Jeff Sneider, coming in studio today. You guys got some questions posted on the Movie Trivia Schmoedown page, which you're not a member of that, request to join the Movie Trivia Schmoedown page on Facebook. This is the updated bracket. We have Top 10 versus Blofeld's Cat. We got Burnett taking on his former teammates there in the Four Horsemen faction. Team Track versus Team Action. That could be the veterans versus the future. Late to the Party's waiting. I had that wrong earlier. I didn't know. Okay, Late to the Party is... Got it. Thank you, Cody, for updating me there. I think they have not. They're only in the second round. There's so many matches here that I get so caught up here. DC Movie News is waiting for the winners of Nerds Watch Above Line. This is why we do it here, to update that bracket there. I forget about Makuga and his partner, a mysterious partner that some of you might be watching today, figuring out. We got that going on there, and we'll see if they can win over the Wolves of Steel. The question about the Wolves of Steel, they come to this match with a lot of questions and a lot of future, and we'll see what goes on there. All right, enough of my rambling. It's getting 130 degrees in the studio now. Cody, are you alive? He's alive. Got some questions over here for my guest, the Insneider, Jeff Sneider, part of the champion Patriots.
Oh, that sounds so good when you say it like that, Ken.
Is 7-0. 7-0. Talk about this. How does that feel?
First of all, is this a mint or a cinnamon interview? Which toothpick should I put in?
I think cinnamon, because we're going to need a little spice.
Let's get hot.
We're going to need a little spice here.
Okay. Well, 7-0, folks. Yeah, it's been quite a run here in the Schmoedown.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the last match. They come and they go. I'm focused on the next one. It's always the next one.
So you don't look back. You don't look back.
Right, exactly.
I'm surprised you have your belt there. Well, it's okay. Don't be shy. Bring in the belt. Bring in the belt.
There we go. Thank you.
You brought it. I don't want you to feel like you can't show it. Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion.
Yeah, no, I've been watching the team Ultimate Schmoedown to see who we're gonna play, and I've seen a lot of strong competitors out there. I don't know if I've seen one yet that has what it takes to take on the Patriots, but there's still a lot of tournament left.
Who are some of the teams that you would like to think you may have a chance to?
I mean, top 10, obviously, you got to respect those guys. They've had a good showing. Late to the Party, incredible knockout for against Critically Acclaimed. But honestly, the team that I'm rooting for, if only because I really want a shot at them, Ken, Team Action.
Team Action.
That's right.
I'm so glad Andrew Guy was here, and I'm not a fan of them personally. Their attitudes and egos remind me of you guys and the Patriots.
But without the belts to back
it up. Without the belts to back it up.
Who are these guys?
Yeah, so Andrew Guy, actually, we got live questions from the audience, and Andrew, he says, ask Jeff two things for me. How's it going to feel when Bateman takes a video of me ripping the belt off his crying ass, which sounds like some videos we're not allowed to see, and where's the effing belts? These guys are coming for you guys. They have to get past, we talked about top 10 possibly. Well, top 10, we got Trek.
Yeah,
we got a lot of teams in front of them.
They're still climbing up the mountain.
Yeah.
We're waiting for them at the top.
And I still believe us and the Nerds Watch have a ways to go there.
Absolutely, I don't want to discount you.
They're in the rankings right here, all these teams above them, but you got to be looking at them.
Yeah, JTE and I are definitely scouting the competition, keeping an eye out for talent because we may want to expand the Lions Den too if we see
Right.
a competitor out there who really impresses us. But yeah, for now I'm kind of letting those guys do their thing, and I'm just kicking back and waiting.
Do you and JTE watch these matches together in bathrobes and just sifting brandy, just watching these teams, studying them?
Sometimes we leave the bathrobes at home, honestly. But no, I wish that I got to watch more matches with JTE, but he's a busy guy.
He is busy,
know?
and you're busy running the track and board over there,
thank
right?
you. What a nice plug.
A little personal plug.
This guy.
I think your attitude is earned, your confidence is earned, but I do like you. I do like you. You guys are tough. I've sat here and watched you guys compete. It's kind of amazing sometimes, but
we put on a good show. That's what I'm going for.
Well, but your hubris is just sometimes. Do you think that'll be your downfall? Do you think you guys will get yourself so high up on the mountain that you'll be knocked off easily?
The higher you go, the harder you fall. Yes, I think hubris has and always will be my downfall.
Right. Yeah. Right. In everywhere, in every aspect of life.
Right.
Okay.
Not just the Schmoedown.
Okay. All right, so we got questions at the end.
Bring it on.
Michael K. He wants me to read this in a whiny voice. Why are you so mean?
Why am I so mean?
Yeah, you guys are mean out there. You guys, we talk about the attitude.
I mean,
JT's always there. You got Grace flipping the crowd off.
Listen, we are the heels of this league. I don't know. Team Action thinks that they're heels. They're just doing a weak imitation of us. JT and I, we have to sort of be the villains. We have to give you guys someone to root against because it means that much more when the faces win.
But you're telling. I don't think this is a character. I think this is you guys. I think JT found his inner bad guy, and you always
and
had
I've unleashed it. Yes,
yeah.
I'm a competitive guy, and I don't know that I'm mean so much as merciless. Just ruthless. Yeah, there's not going to be any mercy when I'm sitting on that hot seat for anybody.
Cosman asks, how does Tom Dagnino smell? Maybe that's a question for, I know Grace has said he smells good. JT has been in long car rides with him.
Brute cologne and barbecue potato chips.
That's not a smell that I think I need in my locker room.
You'd be surprised that they go together.
I don't know. That's probably his house coat there. All right. Aaron Jensen asks, I'm curious why you guys chose Dropkick Murphys as their theme versus the typical movie or TV theme or soundtrack. And then he has a follow-up to that.
I'll be completely honest. We did not choose that song. It was something that was suggested by the commissioner, Commissioner Harloff.
And you just
but it has really grown on me. I mean, now I hear it and I'm like, that's my song. And it pumps me up. And I think it pumps you guys up too.
It pumps us up or disgusts us. It's one of those things. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's one of those things. And then you're driving. Are you driving down the street in your Camaro with the top down? You hear that song. You think this is me.
All the time, yeah. Dropkick Murphys, they're from Boston. We're from Boston.
That's right.
It's a good.
Are you from Boston proper? Where are you?
I'm not from Boston proper.
Oh, okay.
I'm from the very Jewish suburbs of Needham.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm familiar with like Newton's up there.
Right,
I get
exactly.
it. Yeah, okay.
But I got a front like I'm from Boston.
Oh, well, it's
Southie.
close enough. It's a close enough thing. It's all the same, right? Aaron's follow-up is, who in the team's division are you excited to face or view as a threat to the Reds champs? And then we talked about action. There's other teams at top 10. Blofeld's Cat. These are all the teams. Wolves of Steel, Makuga.
Blofeld's Cat would be interesting just because those guys are in the den with us, Andreyko and Burnett.
Right.
They're what are they 1-0 now? They won their first round match.
Yeah.
JT and I we wouldn't have any mercy for them. They may be teammates of ours or faction members of ours, but yeah. No.
Well, Nicholas Prieto asks if Blofeld's Cat ends up winning and they're facing top 10X, and they take you and JT on a spectacular, are you confident that the Lions then won't suffer any issues regarding egos? There's so many egos together.
I got to say, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
That's not the answer
We're not there yet.
I want a definitive answer.
Yes, I think that there could be an issue with egos. There could be a splintering, a fracturing, if you will. I'm not going to lie.
I wish your manager, Tom Dagnino, was here to raise
exactly. That's
raise
all on Tom to manage the egos and to keep the team together.
Is that what Tom does? He is the
Tom
JJ
does a
Dillon?
lot of things. I'm not really able to speak to all of them because some of them are so mysterious. But
yeah, I got gotcha. All right, that's a great. I like you admitting that. That's what we want here in Inside Schmoedown, the big admissions to truth.
Right.
That you and
Exactly.
JT might not be nice there. All right, I want to stoke the flames a little bit here, which sounds like a euphemism for something else. But Scott Eisenberg says, if you had a three-way for the title between yourself, JT, and Mark, the Android, and Draco, who would win?
I mean, I'm coming out on top, guys. I'm the most well-rounded of the competitors. Hey, JT is the man, and he totally compliments me, and Draco is great in his own right, but I think I'd get them. I think I'd get them.
What do you say? Look, I've seen you work. I won't doubt you. That's one thing I'll tell you. I don't care
Had
who
some
you are here.
stumbles.
If you sit in that chair, like Andrew Guy and Drew Guy, Ben Bay, but I don't like their attitudes, but I respect what Team Action's done so far. I respect some of the stuff I've seen you do out there in the ring, even coming back from big losses. That's important, too. What do you when you hear that JTE is a weak link in the Patriots? What's your reaction to that?
I mean, total nonsense. The Patriots don't have weak links. If we had weak links, they would have cost us championships by now, which hasn't been the case because we're 7-0. JTE, I think, absolutely, if not in contention for Player of the Year with myself, he has to be the shoe-in for Comeback Player of the Year. He does a great job, and you guys constantly underestimate him. Our opponents constantly underestimate him, and time again, he proves everybody wrong.
I mean, okay. I mean, I've known the kid for a long time.
You've seen him lose a few more matches than I have.
Yeah, but I agree. He
Maybe I just bring out the greatness in him. I'm
it
like his
might
good luck
be.
charm.
You guys are a great team. Got a couple minutes left here, Jeff. I would want to ask this question here. Leo Acevedo has a great question. How do you prepare for matches? IMDb? Do you watch other matches? See what categories have been trending? Do you have spreadsheets, or you just go in like Han Solo into a hot scene? You know?
I like to play brush up on some Sporkle quizzes on
Sporkle?
Sporkle.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'll watch matches. I'll watch my competitors' matches, that kind of stuff. I don't want to give away some of the sites that I'm doing the research on. Got to keep some secrets here, right?
Sure,
yeah,
absolutely.
There's an element of research that goes into it. Honestly, though, you either know the answer or you don't. There's nothing that you can necessarily study for because you don't know what the questions are on the test.
Right. Right. Okay, that's great. That's an honest answer there. I'm curious how you guys do it there. Final question, then I want a final statement from here. Andre A. Jungerman asks, who would you like to become the next member of the Lions Den? Or are you content with how big the faction is? You guys added Burnett, which is a smart decision. You guys ever want to add someone else?
Honestly, I think we were a pretty good size right now as it is because you can hardly get us all in one frame. I mean, Burnett's a big guy.
Right.
But I don't know. As much as I'd like to add a lady competitor, since Grace doesn't compete necessarily.
Why not? Why not have her compete?
I would love to have Grace compete. Are you kidding me? I think her and Emma is the match that we all really want to see.
Right.
But since Grace isn't competing, yeah, I would love to get a woman in the Lions Den. But short of that, because there are still, only a few female competitors, and they're starting to start their own factions, I'd go with you, Ken. I'd go with you. I would add you to the Lions Den because you may be what we are missing.
What do you think? Why would I join a rapscallion group like you, man?
I mean, I don't know. Who knows how long Burnett's going to be sticking around? We signed him to a short-term contract.
I wouldn't want a part of that. It's fair. I respect that, and I thank you in a weird way.
You wouldn't want a part of it.
I wouldn't want a part of it. I don't like your guys' attitude. I've said that time and time again. All right,
we'll go after Rachel then.
Final thing. Hey, she's her own woman. She makes her own decisions.
You leave her alone.
I'm clearly the weak link, but we got a big match tomorrow that I believe in. I believe in us. All right, final thing here. I got in about 10 seconds or less.
Okay.
Choose a team that you want to face coming out of the tournament and tell me why you'll beat them.
Team Action, because they need a good smack.
Oh, well, I'm sure Andrew and Ben are watching this, studying this.
Put those guys in their place.
They got a message. All right, Jeff, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, Ken.
Taking time out of your busy title defense schedule. Guys, we got some big matches. The tournament's ongoing. Right now, you can watch, you can go over to Collider Video and catch Wolves of Steel versus Makuga, a mystery partner. Who will win? You tell me. And then tomorrow, Nerds watch against the debuting Above the Line, Sam Levine and Drew McWeeny. That is it for now. Inside Schmoedown. That's the story.